Okay, we are back out in the Ipiranga as I get closer and closer to getting to the Los Andes at Tier 9. And we're on the Two Brothers map with Tier 6, 7, and 8 ships. Looks like we have 2 DDs, 4 cruisers, and 6 battleships on each team.
Stations.
We are way over on the eastern flank, next to the Delta Cap, in company with our little Tier 6 destroyer, the Farragut, our Tier 8 cruiser, Edinburgh, and keeping company with King George V, Tier 7 battleship.
Awaiting instructions.
So the Ipiranga is quite a fearsome secondary platform, although her main guns are nothing to sneeze at. The only difficulty that I have is getting in close enough to use the main guns, and if I'm close enough to use the main guns, I'm almost close enough to use my secondaries because they have such good range also. I'm moving out to the edge of our flank. Looks like the Farragut is also doing the same thing. He's not headed in toward the cap yet. There is a radar on the other team. We have one also. We have the Cleveland. They have that Tallinn. The Tallinn has 12K radar and would do pretty quick work on the Farragut if the Farragut got in too close. So he's probably doing best to stay back. Although looking at our mini-map, the Cleveland is way over on the western flank, and most likely the Tallinn is over that way too.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
Alright, I am detected. Let's see by what. Well, there's a San Diego. See how fast he's moving. It's kind of hard to tell. Be nice to do some quick damage to that guy though. He shoots semi-armor piercing rounds, sap, and they do quite a lot of damage to battleships, but they can take out a DD in short work. Okay, well, there's the other Ipiranga, so I have good shots at his broadside. Go ahead and do what I can with him while I turn out here. I don't want to get in too close to the Gneiss now. Get into his torp range. Won't do me any good. And doesn't hurt to make a little use of this border here while I get my turrets turned. Get turned around. That rumbling sound that you hear is where I have activated my special skill, which gives me faster reload, more accurate, and more range on my secondaries for a little bit of time. I get that whenever I get hit by anything or when my main battery guns hit something. And I had them focusing on the San Diego, but they can't reach San Diego. They'll go after whatever's closest. And every time I land a shell or get hit with a shell, then it starts to load up that little indicator down below. And that indicator is about 1/3 full already. So I can get that going about once every couple of minutes or so. In a close-in fierce battle, sometimes I can have it going even quicker than that. Okay, that's a tricky shot over there. Missed, apparently. Nope.
We've destroyed an
I
enemy
must have,
battleship.
oh, I caught him on fire and he burned out. Okay, well, good enough. Just try and take some blind shots over this island here.
Enemy cruiser sighted.
Yeah, got 4 overpins on him, so I hit him. Not enough to kill him, but did damage. And that didn't do anything. Okay. All right, here we go.
Torpedoes to port.
Trying to lead him by just enough. Okay, good. Warspite smacked him. Oh, there's that Ipiranga came around the point. Run my heel. The Ipiranga gets a real good heel. They come back pretty quickly.
Enemy battleship detected.
Now I'm kind of just taking shots toward his guns and superstructure. He's not giving me a good enough angle to take shots directly at his hull. I'm going after his guns instead. Okay, my special skill is activated again, but he's gone behind the island where I can't really make good use of it. However, he's coming right back out again. Let's get ready for him. There. And one more perfect. Oh, lost our Scharnhorst. Come on, Ipiranga. You're healing. Trying to heal. You can't heal that fast. Okay, this time I'm going for just the upper part of his hull. Okay, York finished the job. All right, they are in our Bravo cap. We have ships up there. We have ships coming around behind us toward the Charlie cap. Which way to go? Well, right now, let's see what we can do with this farragut. Just shooting AP. That's what I have loaded. Oh, clocked him hard. Oh my gosh.
Torpedoes astern.
That was sweet. Okay, and our Wangi got the enemy Cossack, so that's it for their destroyers. We still have both of ours for now. And we are taking our Bravo cap back. But then we lost our Cleveland. Okay, well, I was going to say we have a good lead, but then Uganda was able to get to our Sashio. And now there's a Pensacola coming right up the gap. Okay. Well, I was going to head down toward Charlie. Oh, good. Wangi was able to get Pensacola. Good job there. To stop them coming around from behind us, but looking at the mini-map again, we have 4 ships down here. We only have 3 up north, so I might be better served try to help them out there. I'm going to get turned around. While I do, I'll take some shots at this repulse that's coming around maybe I can help out with that one. Go. If I get a good solid hit, I'll do good damage to it. Might be able to finish the job. Yeah, 2 overpins. And 1 torpedo protection hit that did no damage at all. Okay, well, we took back our cap, so we're even on caps. We are ahead on ships. They've lost 6. We've only lost 4. Like that, we've only lost 5. Just lost our York. That repulse needs to go down very quickly because that Veneto is going to be troublesome too. There, okay. Repulse is down. Now, I'm going to just take a little shortcut in between the little rock here and the main island. Wangi does not have a lot of health, and he does have a Uganda coming through there. Oh, shoot. Okay, Veneto got to our farragut. I'd rather that hadn't happened. Now we only have 2 ships back there, but the Veneto is headed away, so we might be able to get in there and take that cap. Our Edinburgh has a super heal. He's about 1/3 health right now, but he can get a good portion of that back. King George is very healthy. Veneto, on the other hand, is about 2/3 health. Okay, somebody has come into our cap. I'm betting it's a Uganda. Yeah, I see some smoke up there, so we'll see where he is. And he just realized I'm coming through here. Okay, oh yeah. 5 pens. No citadels, but right through the nose. That was all I needed to do. Now, stay away from his torps. Lit a fire on him that he just put out. And here's another shot. Aiming more toward the upper deck. Oh, shoot. Well, more spite. You got to him before I did. I think I was going to get him.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Alright, those were the Uganda torps, and Warspy dodged them. Good. Alright, here's that to land. Throw all my shells at him. Hopefully 1 or 2 up will land. Oh, clocked him. Citadel and got him down. Okay there. That takes care of that. Now, looking down at the mini-map, looks like King George has got into Charlie Cap, but he is dealing with all 3 of their surviving battleships. He is not going to last long. They're already down to about 20% health. If he can take out 1 of them, that would help. Okay, let's get up here where we're not shooting through an island. There we go. Might do some good damage on that Veneto. Well, 4 did, but we did lose King George, as I predicted. Okay, I am running that special skill again, trying to get my secondary hits over the island. Well, something lit a fire on him anyway. However, he's gotten around the corner of the island where nothing's happening now. Alright, well, I will be in Alpha Cap here in just a moment. I don't want to push too far around this point. I can get some shots in Massachusetts though. I don't want to take on all three of their battleships alone either. Our Warspite's right behind me, but the Wangi will be in trouble if he does anything. Looks like he's going to try though. He'll be out pretty quick. Alright, Massachusetts was angled away a little bit, so I aimed a little high. Yeah, 4 overpins, but 2 penetrations. That got me a Confederate. Warspite, you're coming across my inside here. I appreciate you wanting to help, but be careful. Okay, here we go. Now I've got a clean shot at his broadside. But the Veneto did on me. Oh, good. Okay, got him.
Battleship destroyed.
With a Citadel on the Massachusetts. These guns are good guns. I have decent armor. I do take Citadels also, but he shouldn't have opened up so wide. Just same hole that North Carolina has, so they are susceptible to taking those hard hits. Alright, and there's a Tengshi Chinese name. I'm not familiar with that particular ship, but I don't want to give myself possibility of taking a Citadel myself. I'm only 50% health right now. Alright, I'm just going to keep aiming high. Try to hit his guns. Now I'm just trying to zigzag back and forth, depending on who has shots on me. I'll try to angle toward them. Okay. Just focusing on the Veneto. We'll deal with that other battleship when we finish this guy. Okay. When I killed the Massachusetts, that flipped the points. Now we're just trying to finish the game alive. Ooh, well, most of those were overpins for him. Now that activated my special skill again. Let's let it go to work. Just look those secondaries flying out of there. They're going in both directions right now, doing double work. Looked to me like he was angling to take shots, so I might get a good one on him. Yeah, 4 pins, that did good damage, got me a high caliber, and finished the job with my secondaries. Alright, that got me a Kraken. Now, 1 more left. Down to 1 minute in the game. And that got the final cap. And that's the game. Good deal. Yes, the Ipiranga is definitely an overpowered ship at Tier 8. And I think the Los Andes and the Libertad are just as overpowered at their tiers. I think everybody ought to be moved up one tier, and there should be a new tier 8 for this line of ships. They are just too tough. So I got 176, almost 177,000 in damage, 103 main target hits, and 103 secondary hits. Took out 5 ships, set 5 fires, got 2 citadels, helped out with 3 captures, ended up with a Kraken Unleashed for the 5 kills, Confederate for damaging 6 or more enemy ships, taking at least 20% of their base HP, a Close Quarters Expert for destroying an enemy within, I believe it is 10 kilometers, but it was mostly done because of my secondaries. And then got a High Caliber for damaging 4 or more enemy ships, taking at least 30% of the total HP of the ships that were out on the enemy team at that time. And expected to be on top of the leaderboard, and I was 2,740 base XP, but that Warspite was right behind me, literally, and on the scoreboard. So comps to him. And almost 2 million in potential damage, 1.65 million. So that was a lot of the secondaries and shots being thrown at me that I was able to dodge. Pulled in 460,000 in credits and 3,353 in free XP, but most importantly, almost 77,000 in ship XP. That ought to be enough to get me up to the Los Andes. I have the Los Andes and the Libertad on my Just Another Math Teacher account, trying to get them on this account too. 487 in Elite Commander XP, but 9,700 in Commander XP. To bring Ramon up a little bit closer to 19 points, I am running gun feeder so I can switch shells as quickly as I need to. Demolition Expert to help light the fires, which I was doing quite a bit of. Grease the gears so that I can move my guns and I can still dodge, keep the guns on target. Long range secondary battery shells because I am a fully decked out secondary ship. And Adrenaline Rush so that when I take some damage I can reload more quickly. Emergency Repair Expert gives me an extra heal. Those are powerful heals. They really help a lot. And then Fire Prevention Expert, because I only want a maximum of 3 fires. If I had 4, I burn down immediately. 3, I can hold out a little while. And I have had all those fires on me before, because when you're playing in close range, the cruisers can get to you. Well, we're in the Christmas port now, and it's a little too Christmassy for me. I would like it to be a little bit more warlike, but oh well, 'tis the season, right? So my Ipiranga is set up again as a secondary ship, so I have main armaments mod 1. I haven't had a problem with my secondaries getting knocked out, so but I have had trouble with ships shooting at my main armaments, so that helps a little bit. Damage control systems mod 1 helps to cut down on my the fires, and when I get hit with torpedoes, especially with the aircraft are after me, cuts down on the chances for flooding. I have aiming systems mod 1 instead of secondary battery mod 1. I think I'm going to switch that over. I have had good luck with that on my other account. Just Another Math Teacher has done some pretty monstrous damage with the secondaries, and that'll give me 20% more range. Damage Control Systems Mod 1 to help cut down on time that I am burning or flooding if I get into it. However, I have also run Steering Gears Mod 1 on the Just Another Math Teacher account, and makes me pretty dodgy, so I might think about switching to that later. Then Concealment Systems Mod 1, because nothing else was worth anything on there. Cuts down on the range at which I am detected. I could probably run my Charlie Kilo. We no longer have detonations in this game, so I now have this Charlie Kilo flag that's out there, and that gives me an extra 5% on my ship's HP. I run the India Yankee and the Juliet Yankee Bissau 2 to cut down on my time for fires and flooding. And then India X-Ray to increase the chances of causing a fire. Mike Yankee Soxy 6 to increase the range on my secondaries and the speed at which they reload. And then November Echo 77s gives me better AA. Sierra Mike's gives me a little bit faster ship. And then India Delta gives me better HP recovery when I do run my repair parties. Okay, so the Ipiranga, looking at her here in port here. She has 2 turrets with 2 barrels each up front, and 1 turret right in the middle of the ship with 2 barrels, and then 3 turrets back aft, also with 2 barrels each. So I am sending a total of 12 shells downrange, and these are pretty hard-hitting shells, as you saw, especially at the tier 8. Although I can do pretty good damage at tiers 9 and 10 also. I have a 33-second reload on them, but it feels like with the secondaries going off that I'm always shooting, so it doesn't seem to matter, and I have pretty good angles on those, so they're certainly effective. Alright, you see all of these secondaries scattered around here, big old secondaries on each side, and when I'm running that special skill that I can activate, they're monstrous. And I think these are also secondaries, not AA mounts. They look more like secondaries, so they just add to the mayhem. But those are pretty heavy secondaries. All right, well, let's call that one, and it was a good battle, so have a good afternoon, and hope to see you in battle.